So I bought more wood, more crap. It's like I don't even put a dent in it. And I haven't even got to the side. But I have been slowly not chipping at this, but I've been building things. So, other than the shelving on the top, now I built the second shelf underneath. It's more at eye level. I moved this guy over. I bought the bottom box that matched the top, and I moved the table over. And I already filled it with all the transmission stuff. I mean, there is a ton of stuff that was on top of this thing, and there's more that I'm finding. Some of this is like really stuff that they could have been transmission stuff or ball joint presses stuff, press stuff. This one doesn't have a lot in it, but what do you call it? I was looking for more stuff, but it's around here somewhere. I got that. I think that crate has some that's over there, and right there. Anywho, yeah. So I filled this up. This is an awfully light toolbox, and if you open up all these drawers, for some reason it's only when you go to the top one. I don't know. It just seems to tip over. So I put a bungee cord, but then I was testing it, and I got to do something with the other side there. But I built this little shelf here. I was trying to cut the plywood to fit in between the beams on the side there, and I failed miserably. But it's big, and even though there's huge gaps, I can run the hoses down there or whatever, electrical lines. But ultimately, it's fine for these big gallon containers. This is what I decided to put down there. Put a couple of grease guns hanging up in there. This gives me more room to work over here, and I feel better, like right here and here. I may move the vise over here, although that vise has seen better days. Don't know where I'm going to put this bench grinder yet. I took out all there was a lot of those things that I put in here. Took them all out. And there's some transmission parts in here, but I think I'm going to start moving around. Like I got like utility stuff, like thread compound, some extra, things, some spare metal, and some bearings, and some stuff I had laying around. And this is like I put O-rings and sawzall blades, some electrical connectors. Even though the electrical connectors should go over there, I started filling up a lot more of the hoses and the thing. I put this together because this end was coming off. I bought a stapler, and it's not really long enough staples for furniture. So that's that. I'm filling this up with I find so many electrical connectors, it's not even funny. I wouldn't find electrical connectors, and then I go, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy some more. I buy some more, and then buy some more, and now I got like this thing full of all different hoses. And this one. Ugh, I gotta grease these up. What I put in here? Oh, these are more Sawzall blades. Look at this. These things are not cheap either. They're like $25 for the pack, if not more. And I'll buy them on sale too. Like these 10 packs, you don't normally see them. And this is what I like to buy: the torch. And this is also the torch, but yeah, I guess so. Doesn't say double duty like that one does, but in any case, they're like, a lot of this stuff is expensive. This is the regular cheap one. That's probably why I put the cheap one. It's like, I know I got them in here somewhere. I can't keep buying expensive stuff. But it's like, I'm such a slob. I have bad organizational skills. And it's funny because I know how to do all this. I know how to like set things up, and I know how to make things like work for me. So I just refuse to do it. I don't know. It's boring to me, I guess. Now I'm really fucking bored. Anyway, so I also added wood here. I screwed it from behind. I drilled holes, screwed it from behind. This was only an inch high, so I took out some wood, and then I put one on the front here as well. May want to add another one because like the feet are barely on this for this guy. Whether or not he stays is another story. This chop saw. Got to change the blade. I had a brand new blade, and it got stepped on. I put those 2 tires I had there because I had them underneath, and I can put something else underneath. Of course, I moved the pegboard over. Not that I have a lot to put on there, but I will. I'll use it this time. This is like all pegboard stuff, you know. I'm gonna put the belts back up in the general area. I had that refrigerator down here that now I want to put it up on eye level. Had to end up putting it there. I didn't realize I didn't make it big enough. I thought it was, but I was counting like inside here, and no matter what on that angle it wouldn't go, and I was trying to make it actually go out the side here, but you know, I didn't want things to roll off the edge, and everything was kind of made fast, and I'm like, oops. So I figured I can always put it back down there if I had to. You know, but I feel like I can see it better and say, hey, Mike, you're thirsty. Use your drink, you know. That cabinet over there is not really, what do you call it? It's not in at all. But I was debating which way to go, but as you can tell, it won't close. I won't be able to get this thing out if I had to, also, if I do it like this, but I kind of want shelving there because I'm going to have the brake lathe there, but I really feel that most of the stuff in the brake lathe can be on these bottom shelves. The main thing was the balancer, if I move the balancer over there. But, you know, I figured I can use these drawers actually, you know, devote one drawer to the extra stuff I have for all this, because I got a bunch of stuff there. The thing is, over there, I wanted to put things for the tire machine, so even though the brake lathe is one thing, it was really the tire machine. It was the patches and the air valves and stuff like that, and I didn't want to just throw them up there, because they're all small stuff, and it'll take up too much room. Throwing them in there is so much more convenient. And I really didn't want to mess with that you know, crappy what do you call it, shelving that somebody else made a long time ago for that I put that fan on. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if I showed these in the last video. I had put this guy up too. I made a bunch of videos yesterday, and the battery died before it can go, and my you know, memory in the phone was messed up. And then I added this guy here, this 18-inch one here, and actually screwed it up into the beams, and then there's only one beam in the center, and started filling it with tons of cans. Really don't have much in this guy. Fill this guy up, you know, but it's just really, this is the wiring I have for the 40 Buick. I got a couple of cans in here, and that can go in here. What else? Started setting up one of these totes. I bought 8 totes. They were on sale. They're 17-gallon. I was thinking about buying 12-gallon because it's a little more easy to deal with. So I figured I just wouldn't fill these as much. You know, I don't need to overfill everything, you know, because that's what I usually do, and then you can't move it. Like these is so big, you can't even, it's really hard. You can't even move them. But I gotta slowly keep going all through this stuff. This was stuff that was just on my 40 Buick before I made all this mess. It's amazing I had 2 cars in here. It really is. I started selling a few things. Nothing crazy. I got an R22 container that I gotta sell tonight. Somebody wants a heater, and I got another heater up there because I got the big ass heater. Which that was the other thing. I was thinking about putting the heater like up top there. I don't know how much difficult it would be to fill it then. But when it goes low, I understand how it should be better, but it really isn't, and it just keeps running. There's a problem with it. It just keeps running, and then when it shuts off because it has a thermostat, it just turns right back on again, and then it puts all this black smoke, in the initial startup. So if it's a little higher, I think it wouldn't get this rush of cold air that's always underneath it, and I think it's throwing it off. So it did it since when it was new. And I started taking it apart, and I tried to get help from customer service, and I gave up. I just fucking put it on and off when I need to. However, that's annoying right now, the way that is. So, all different things I'm thinking about, but I still keep thinking about putting that thing there on a pipe now, because it'll be cheaper, and take the pipe all the way to the edge there, and I'm trying to figure, will it not hopefully go down too much? Of course, I put down tape measure. let's see. And I gotta find a place for this guy too. There's more storage. I'm like huge on storage. But anyway, so the center line from this, you know, thing, I mean, it's roughly a foot, you know. But this thing here, I think it's supposed to catch the thing over there to prevent it from, you know, overwinding or getting tied up somehow. And then it shuts it off. That's what it does. It like automatically shuts off the thing, which I eliminated by doing it this way. I had to, especially when you put in one of those pulleys up there that make it go, you know, up and down. It's supposed to give it more leverage. Anyway, so if I go straight down, then, you know, it's probably more like 15, 13. I think I'm about set along with that. Come on. Really. I don't want the same thing to happen yesterday where I used my light and used this, used that, and then I killed my phone. I have that thing going there. Yeah, that's the thing there. So, I mean, the center line is roughly around there. You're talking about yeah, like 13 inches. You know, then the hook hangs down. That's another thing. That hook is pretty long. I don't know if that thing is adjustable on there. Weird thing I found out was it's almost like, I'm like, what happened here? This whole beam is cocked sideways. I haven't even looked at it, but it's almost like it didn't fit because of the plywood that they put, which really doesn't make sense. But if you go all the way down there, it's kind of in, but it's like leaning big time. I'm like, what the hell happened here? I can't have that much stuff up there. It's warping it and made it, but it's like never got any screws in it. So I can't put it there, obviously, and I guess I should double check to see what kind of, I mean, they got some nails towed in it here. But going back to what I was saying, if you have this hook all the way, you know, I mean, that's like 4 or 5 inches below this, below the beam. You know, it's like, that's a huge problem if I want to like throw a motor up here. I'm like trying to figure a way to save those motors. But, because it's big up here, motor would fit, but it would really have to be super tight. You know, I'm just thinking like, what the hell, you know, how can this happen? But, because it would be kind of cool just to do it, you know, but I'm crazy like that. Anywho, yeah, I found these things, probably bought them a long time ago, never used them, probably put them to use, like for the belts or something like that. I shall see. But so far so good. I mean, getting some stuff done. It's still incredible how I had 2 cars in here and I had all this shit, like literally littered everywhere. And I got tons of tools still, tons of parts, tons of bolts, tons of that. Like, yeah, electrical connectors, bolts, nuts. I would never look for them. I would just say, fuck it, I'll go buy some more. The amount of money I've wasted over the years has been crazy, you know. But turn off the light, save it. Yeah, so still got a lot to do. So and I got this toolbox over here. I haven't even touched this. I'm like, egads, it's mostly parts, you know. I'm wondering if just utilize every little space, make something up there, or just a whole shelf going all the way across again. Every time I do this, it's like $150, $200. Every time I buy the plywood, and this is cheaper plywood. So, and the place needs more lighting for sure. I want to put those tires and pretty much everything off of this thing here, because I know this particular whole setup here is things between my Oldsmobile diesel V8 that I have, but mostly the Opel that I have outside. There's a lot of parts here on this bottom shelf for the Opel, and these things are falling apart. But you see, there's only 4 bolts. The guy who sold them to me, he only gave me 4 bolts per per thing. He goes, oh, you only need 4, and then we realize it just teeters over. So I got to get bolts for this, and that will really, help everything. So, but before my phone dies, let me finish this. But it's coming along. I'm filling up the toolboxes, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with stuff, and I got the totes. Just started one, but I've had it for the night. And wish me luck trying to figure this out.